Hi guys, I'm Michelle from The Recipe Bandit, and today we're going to be making one pot lemon butter chicken. This is a really great comfort food recipe. It's not hard to make and it's really satisfying. You can serve it over cooked pasta, any type you like. You can serve it over rice. That's what we're going to do tonight. There's not a lot of ingredients, but it cooks up really nicely. It's kind of a takeoff from Indian butter chicken, not necessarily as fancy, but definitely as good. So for this recipe, you don't need a lot of ingredients. You're going to need between a pound, 1 pound and 2 pounds of chicken. We typically use chicken breasts, but today, because this is what I had on hand, I'm using chicken tenderloins. I'm using 8 of them instead of using 4 chicken breasts and cutting them up. We have also about 2 cups of uncooked baby spinach. I just do it by the handful method. There are 2 handfuls of spinach in this bowl. We have a medium-sized lemon. We have a half a cup of shredded Parmesan cheese. We also have a half a cup of heavy cream and a cup of chicken broth. We have 3 tablespoons of butter, some chopped garlic, kosher salt and pepper, paprika, some thyme leaves, and then we have a little cornstarch and water. That's going to come in later. So this recipe doesn't take that long. We start this recipe on the stove top and we finish in the oven. So you'll want to preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit before you start. It's a 1-pot meal, so we're going to do everything over on the stove top and then move that entire pot into the oven to finish. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, the very first thing we want to do is season our chicken. If you're using chicken breasts, you're going to want to cut them in half or in thirds so they're manageable pieces. We are using chicken tenders, so they're already manageable pieces. So we're going to go ahead and put them here onto a bigger plate so that we can get seasoning with our paprika, salt, and pepper prior to putting them in the pan. All right, we're going to generously season with our paprika just all over. I don't actually feel like you have to season both sides of the chicken, because what happens is when you're cooking it in one pot, we're going to fry it up in the butter, we're going to flip it over, all those seasonings are already going to be incorporated into the butter, so it's not that big of a deal. And we're also going to season with our kosher salt and pepper. So once these are ready, they're all seasoned up like this, we're going to move over. I'll switch cameras and we'll go to the stovetop. All right, so we have preheated the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. We are going to heat 2 tablespoons of butter over medium-high heat in a large Dutch oven. Now, once your butter has mostly melted, you can go ahead and start moving your chicken into the Dutch oven. We're going to put it the seasoning side down. Like I said before, we're going to kind of get all that seasoning infused into that butter, and that way when we flip them over, saving us a step. Now, you don't want to crowd the chicken too much in the Dutch oven. Normally this part, when you are frying the chicken, has to be done in 2 batches. So we're going to put half of the chicken in, and we're on medium-high heat, and we're going to cook it for 2 to 3 minutes per side until it's browned, and then we'll remove it to a clean plate. Now, periodically, when you're cooking the chicken, you'll want to take a look at it and see if it's browning. The chicken does not need to be cooked all the way through for this recipe. We just want to get some browning on it like this. We're going to flip the chicken. We're trying to get the brown bits in the bottom and get a kind of a crust on the chicken, because it will really flavor our sauce later. We're going to check this chicken again in another couple of minutes and see if it's browned on the other side. We're going to move it to a clean plate and put in the remainder of our chicken. I do try to move them a little bit when I'm cooking so they don't stick. All right, let's take a look. All right, they look great. They do not need to be fully cooked, just a little brown. They look good. We're going to cook them in the sauce in the oven. I'm removing them to their own plates. And now we're going to we'll add in the second batch and brown these ones. All right, our chicken, our second batch looks great. Let's go ahead and get it out of here and get moving on to our next steps. Now into our pot, we're going to add our remaining butter and our chopped or minced garlic. We're just going to cook this until it's fragrant. I'm kind of just pushing around with the whisk. Smells good. Definitely fragrant to me. Now we'll add in the chicken broth and also the heavy cream. And we're going to stir this. I'm using a whisk because I really like to scrape up the brown bits in the bottom. They are honestly, to me, where the flavor is. We're also going to add our Parmesan cheese, our lemon juice, and our thyme leaves, and stir to combine. Now you want to bring this up to a bubble. All right, now once you get bubbles that look like that, we're going to reduce the heat to medium. We're going to add in our spinach leaves. And you know, the funny thing with spinach is it wilts to nothing. So we're going to stir in our spinach leaves. We are going to let this sauce simmer like this on medium heat while it shrinks these spinach leaves for about 5 minutes. And all of those flavors are going to come together. Every so often we'll come by, we'll give it a stir. Now at the 5-minute mark, you're going to take the cornstarch. You might have forgotten about the cornstarch. And we're going to mix in a tablespoon of water. Tablespoon of water into the tablespoon of cornstarch. And what this is going to do is help to thicken the sauce. Put it right in. Give it a stir. Just going to let it bubble, thicken up just a smidge. It's just that little extra that we need to make this sauce nice and thick. All right, so we will add our chicken back into the pot. Kind of submerge in the sauce here. And we're also going to dump in all of these accumulated juices. Now we'll turn off the heat and we're going to move it into the oven where we're going to leave it for 25 minutes. This is right out of the oven. The edges are bubbling, chicken's cooked through. This is going to be amazing. So our lemon butter chicken is out of the oven. I'm going to give it just a quick stir here. The chicken is cooked. It's in a delicious sauce. It's perfect to go over rice or over pasta. You know, the flavorful sauce that we've made is really going to go all the way through that chicken, but cooking it in the sauce makes the chicken so that it's all apart tender. So this is a great weeknight dinner. This is something that has big flavor, the comfort food feel, and doesn't take very long, honestly. All you need is a Dutch oven, and hey, I proved it today, just some chicken tenders. You don't even need chicken breasts. You can use whatever you have on hand, and that's what I had on hand today. So this recipe for the lemon butter chicken, the one pot lemon butter chicken, is on our website at therecipebandit.com. It's also going to be down in the description, make it easy for you guys to find. It is really something that you might want to try. We tonight are going to serve it over rice. Let that sauce really soak into the rice, and it's going to be a one dish meal that fills us up for dinner. I don't think there will be any leftovers, but if there are, they're really good too. If you like what we're doing here, please come back and see us again. Please like and subscribe and turn on that notification button so you know when we put out new videos. We try to put them out at least every Wednesday. So glad that you guys came to join us today. I hope you will try this one pot lemon butter chicken. And if you do, that you'll let me know how it turned out for you. Thanks so much. We'll see you again soon.